Good morning, y'all. It's Tamiddy. I'm gonna strap in for a very nice long vent video. Life feels kind of strange. I turned 24 in 2 days, and it's weird. I really tried hard to make it like a really nice celebration, but it just seems like everything's been weird lately. I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to one of those spiritual bad bitches on Twitter who like have a bunch of crystals and tarot cards and incense. But something is fucking up because everything's just getting weird at once. Like, people are fucking shitty at communication, their egos are massive. Like, people are being more hostile these days. I remember I just hit up my boss like a few days ago. Just like, oh, hey, sorry, I noticed my timesheet didn't get approved. I know I asked about it last week, but I guess maybe it didn't work or something. Is it possible that you can submit it again for me? And then my boss got super fucking defensive and just immediately started pushing blame, pushing responsibility. And it's like, sorry, ma'am, you're the only one who approves timesheets. I should be mad at you because I'm the one who won't get paid the full amount of what I'm owed for the hours I worked because you wanted to take 5 days to approve something that I already told you I wanted to approve. And then by the time you realized, oh shit, I lost access to approve it, like, it's like, regardless, yes, it's entirely your fault. But it's so funny because I didn't even approach her on some it's your fault shit. If anything, I phrased it wrong in this video. I just was like, hey, I know like a week ago I asked for my timesheet to get approved, but I noticed it hadn't been quite today. Is it possible I can get it approved before tomorrow? And that's all I asked. And I was fine with anything. She could have just said, oh, I lost access to approved timesheets now. You should hit up this lady. Here's her number. She could have done anything in the world. But you know what happened? An hour long, endless fucking conversation with her just being on the defense, having ego, like basically shit slinging. And it's like, ma'am, shut the fuck up. And that got on my fucking nerves. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Ironically, funny enough, I don't like working under older black women because they always get weird. And here I was just earlier that same day. Me and her had a conversation. I was like, she seems like she's really wise and smart. She seems like she's going to be different than the others. No, full of ego, full of hatred, full of pride, full of shit. And it's like, okay. And now it's like, cool. Now instead of just wanting one day off for my birthday, I'm really just like, maybe I should take both days off. Then I can just have 2 weeks to get my life together and focus on myself and do what I need to do to be happy. Like, I don't know. But then again, I don't know. I just kind of wake up and I don't know if I feel happy anymore. Like, I know I should, but I just don't. I just wake up and I feel like neutral. I did wake up today and I did feel good, but that's because last night, ironically, with someone else who didn't communicate with me, I had them fucked up. I went on a date with this dude like last Monday. His name was Michael. It was a modest date. We were supposed to go to a much more upscale place because I'm worthy of that. But you know what? He wanted to meet me fast, and I was like, oh, I'm actually going to a comedy show tonight. And he was like, oh, can I join you? And I was like, sure, but just so you know, I am just a lot more casual. I'm not gonna be super dolled up like fancy because it is just like a night of me with my friends. And I still looked fucking amazing. I was snapping hits left and right because I had like the matching jewelry set on the neck, on the ears, I know, on the wrist, all that shit. Hair was luscious, body was glistening from all the shea butter, makeup was perfect, outfit was perfect, everything looked great. But he was not great himself, is how I will describe it. And it's crazy because other niggas fully were like really wanted to take me from him. Like when they saw me, they broke their fucking necks and they were like fucking full on bent over, jaw dropped type shit, like some fucking anomaly. They were like, oh my fucking god, ma'am, hello. And I was like, hi. But I still had to be like, I'm on a date. And they were like, I don't care. But meanwhile, my date was not giving the energy of someone who met someone that he was like, thought was totally gorgeous or whatever. He was giving the energy of like, I guess I'll go through with this. And it's like, that's fucked up because I sent him photos and videos of how I looked like before. I told him, like, hey, if you like a Pam Grier like afro, then that's cool. But I also let him know in advance, like, hey, my hair is going to be afro mode and I can send you pictures. He was like, no need. And just, I don't know. The date went, I'll put it this way, it went okay. Ironically, like the best part of the date happened like the latter part where it's like we got some in and out after we already ate a little bit at the restaurant and the comedy show we were at. He came super late in hindsight. I didn't like that, but I also forgot about it. It seemed like because my the person who escorted me to the venue came late and I like they were an asshole. Oh my god, that night was a clusterfuck. But let's just say everybody was working on colored people time. Except I was the only black person. Everyone else was just fucking stupid. And so the guy who gave me a ride to the venue, the comedy show starts at 7:30. We showed up at like 8, and then my date showed up at like 8 fucking 45 or something when he said he would be there at like 8. I don't know. But he claimed his job was busy or whatever. Anyway, to sum it up, the first half of the date really fucking awkward. More shit happened that pissed me off, but I'm not gonna talk about it. Second half, when we got in and out and went to this view and just talked and shit, simple, like it was okay. Like I got to show him some music I liked. We got to talk. And funny enough, I could tell he really wanted to kiss me and also possibly instigate some typical Bay Area boy shit of like, hey, if I make out with her at this view, we could get freaky and nasty in the seat. Was I gonna do that? Hell no, I'm celibate. I'm a woman of God. Like, God fucking damn it, no fucking way were you gonna fuck me in a car. Sorry, I'm not 19. I'm a grown woman. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Like, you can't just go, oh, she seems so classy and sophisticated on her profile, and then go, but I think I could really like, hey, I could, like, don't try your luck with me. It'll just disgust me with you, please. I hate that, actually. I have more stories to talk about in that regard. I'll just say this. The second half of the date was a lot more fun, and at some point they wanted to kiss me, and they were like, I said, hey, I'm gonna kiss people that I feel comfortable with. And he said, okay, what's it take to get comfortable with you? And I just straight up said, well, I feel like I don't really know that much about you, and I haven't really felt like you're that comfortable with me, and so it's just kind of, it's like it feels more one sided. So I just straight up said, tell me some trauma that you got. Like, tell me some fucked up things about me. You tell me some red flags. And he was like, okay, I stole $10,000 from this business that I worked with a few years ago. And I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah. And I said, so how'd you do it? He said, oh, I just like, I don't know. I was selling stuff to them before to the restaurant. And then I noticed where they kept their money. So then I just made a plan, snuck it in the middle of the night, took it, left. No one ever caught me. And then I split the funds with my friends. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then, like, he also was like, yeah, I also have a fucked up relationship with my mother. I have a not so great but decent relationship with my dad. I used to have a coke addiction. I have high body count. I said, hi, how's your body count? He said, like 92. And he expected me to say, damn. I just went, oh, that's actually pretty decent. He's like, really, that's not high? And I said, I mean, a little bit, but like, if you think about it, like, when did you start having sex? Like, age 15? He said, yeah. And I said, okay, and you're 28 now, so that's like roughly less than like 9 people a year, maybe, probably less than that over the course of like a decade and almost a half. Like, oh no, womp womp. 13, like 9 people a year, that's like easy. Like, it's like, okay, you had fun, like as long as you had fun. And he was like, and I never got an STD from it. And I said, hell yeah, give me some. And he gave me a fist bump, and we laughed about it. And he said, thank you for saying that. That cheers me up a bit. And like, funny enough, I don't give a fuck about a body count. But if a man, he did show other signs that he was ran through. Funny enough, ran through is more of like a personality thing, in my opinion. Like, cause it's like, bro, why are you talking about angel numbers? I know you be fucking. You don't have. I know. I already know you get ass. I already know you get pussy. That's cool. Don't show me how apparent it is. Men will just do shit. Like, I could tell he was trying to seduce me because he did that thing where he rolled up his like sleeves to show me his arm tattoos on his forearms, and I was like, he's a slut. Because how does he know that women love forearms and also arm tattoos? Was it kind of hot? Yeah, but his tattoos weren't that impressive, so it's like, it's like a lukewarm reveal. But it was kind of hot because it's like, okay, here's this dude who looks like some like fucking Peter Parker type, but then secretly they're just like covertly kind of fucking morally corrupt and insane. And he was like, yeah, I got a bunch of these tattoos when I went on like really bad coke binges or mental breakdowns, and I don't even remember getting some of them. And I was like, oh, okay. He said, yeah, I need to stop. Once I realized I stopped needing to do that as a habit, I stopped doing coke, and I was like, you know what, good for you. Fucking recovery is hard as shit, dude. Like, I'm someone who thinks people who do drugs are fucking pathetic and lame and not very smart. There's a lot of other things you could do, but at the same time, people go through shit. Life gets hard, like, and I can't talk shit because I know at my lowest moments it's like, okay, sure, I didn't pick up a needle full of heroin, but I did pick up some nail polish and was just like, and so like we all have our ways of coping, you know. It's like some people cope by dark alleys and nightclubs and dancing. Some people cope by sitting in the sun way too long and crying their eyes out and laying in the fetal position in bed for 9 hours. We all have our ways of existing. The world is falling apart beneath our feet and in front of us, and we're just trying to figure out how to have level ground or feel higher than the lowness that we actually feel. So if that means getting actually high, okay. Do it. Just be careful. Like, not in the vein and not in the nose. Like, please. Anyway, that was a fun date, and I liked it. I also learned he had a piss kink, but and that it was funny because in the car, like when he mentioned that, I made the joke of, "Oh hey, have you ever seen that meme where it's like girls with good pussy piss loud as fuck? They piss like they're," and then he finished the joke. He's like, "Girls with loud pussy piss like they're frying chicken in there." Yes, I love that joke, and we laughed our ass off about that. But I was like, you know what? I kind of have a thing for that too. I like hearing people piss. And at some point, like we talked more. It was fun. It was fun. And then he was like, "I'm gonna do you a favor." He said, "What?" I said, "What?" He got out the car, opened his door, started pissing on the ground, loud as hell, next to the car. But the car kept doing the bing, 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 like no seatbelt car door open alarm thing. And so I didn't get to fully hear it, but I was like, I appreciate this gesture. Just two freaks on the same frequency, just freaked out as fuck in the middle of the woods. And I said, I'm gonna do you one better. And I just like rolled down my window so that and closed the door and then just like pissed near his car. And then it was funny as hell because he also kind of got to see me too, just pissing, like squatted next to his car pissing. And he had a thing for that. He was smiling big as hell. He picked his car out the window and yelled, "Damn, girl, you frying chicken over there?" That shit was so fucking dumb, but funny as fuck. And we laughed our ass off. And yeah, we had some fun times, just shared music, saying fucked up things about each other. So it's like, you know, and I matched his freak in terms of sexual stuff, but we didn't do anything past making out with a little bit of titty batting over the bra, of course. And then I told him shit about me. I was like, yeah, dude, I've been threatened with restraining orders so many times, but ironically, they've never fucking gone through with it. Why? Because those same men really wanted to fuck me again and didn't want to lose that chance. And I hate that. That's not even like a lie. That's an actual genuine thing. Like, severely. Like, actually. Like, Morgan, for example, was that type of guy. He thought about getting a restraining order, but then once the cops told him, so all she's done is text you? So yeah, just block her. And then they're like, yeah, but she's also texting my family. Tell your family to block her. Has she done anything actually threatening aside from just leave annoying like group texts and calls? Then just block her. We can't do anything unless she's actually posed a threat, and it sounds like she's just being annoying. So, and then they were like, fuck. And then eventually Morgan, like enough time with Morgan passed by, and he was like, you know what? She did give great head, and her pussy was pretty. You know what? Let me call up Tamia, and he got me roses, and yeah. And then next thing you know, year long relationship, and actually, yeah, Morgan stopped by maybe a week ago or so. Yeah, ironically, right before it was last Sunday, right before my date on Monday, he actually came over and was saying that he loved me and stuff. That's a long story in itself that I don't feel like sharing. But just, yeah, life's been interesting. And I remember, like, me and the dude on the date, his name is Michael. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying his name. It's not his, like, I don't give a fuck. Oh no, someone's gonna know that some dude named Michael with arm tats committed a crime for a place that I cannot name and don't, like, years ago. Okay, I don't care. Fuck Michael. But anyway, me and Michael made out. He tastes like cat food, and his lips are kind of weird, and his nose was way too big, so I couldn't kiss him comfortably. But he was having the time of his life, but I just thought to myself, I don't know this man, and I'm not a floozy. Like, was I ridiculously horny? Fuck yeah. Was I celibate? Yes. So, therefore, I can't. No, because I'll put it to you this way. Any time recently that I've been like, I can totally be attached to a person in a healthy way, no, I can't. Because why? I want to be loved to my rotten core and accepted for who I am and appreciated. I want them to see all the beauty in me and embrace me and give me the best that life has to offer, and I do the same to them. I'm not trying to just get fucked by some weird looking dude who looks like a slightly better version of the main actor in I Think You Should Leave on Netflix. I do not want it's like, it's like, do I really want to like, it's like this guy's ran through, and it's like he's not even really trying in a way that is impressive. Like anything he did that he thought was so slick, I just thought he looks so desperate. He is so horny. It's so like, actually, no offense, it's kind of rare that I meet a man who manages to do the whole being aroused to me thing and pull it off effortlessly and seamlessly in a way that's like, ooh, I'm flirted with and feeling attracted, and it happens naturally. Sometimes I'll meet a dude and it's like he has natural sex appeal and flirt and charisma and just like making me blush. Other times it'll just be a dude in a dimly lit car who's going, this song makes me wonder what your kinks are, if you'd like to share. And it's like, you're not doing it for me, big boy. But yeah, anyway, to continue on, Yeah, I basically told Michael I didn't want to go further. And yeah, he still tried other shit though. I remember he was like, if you want, you can come back to my place and we could like watch a movie or hang or something. And mind you, it's like fucking 11 midnight at that point, and I'm like, yeah, no, because I'm that's sweet, but I wouldn't have sex even if I did. And then he just tried to do the game of I never suggested sex. Shut the fuck up. If I had a fucking dollar for every time a man was like, you don't have to have sex with me, you could just come over, you'll be safe. Hmm. I would, let's just say I could afford some very, very nice combo meals. Mm. Hate those niggas so much. I hate men. I love men, but it's like there's a lot of y'all out there that's just not the greatest. But don't worry, I'm also telling you openly that it's like, hey, this dude told me that that he has a piss kink and that he stole $10,000 from a business and had a coke addiction and fucks like crazy. Like, and it's like I still was like, hey, a second date with this dude could be cool. Then again, not inherently because I had romantic interest in him, just because I was like, you know what, life's been really dull, and I would love to have a distraction. And you know what? Even though in some ways he was boring as fuck and pathetic, in other ways he was exhilarating. He was a breath of fresh air. And it's like if this dude felt comfortable enough with me to just casually tell me a massive crime that he committed, I wonder what else I could get out of him. Like, how do I put this? If you have a chance to interview with someone who got away with a fucking amazing crime and probably has a lot more wild stories under their belt, you'd probably want to hang out with them more, right? And that's what I was thinking. So not even inherently romantically, because he's not that cute. Cute enough, but not like, or just barely cute enough. It's hard to say. Some angles, yes. Other angles, fuck no. Like, fuck no. Fuck no. But some angles, it's like, oh, okay, he's kind of cute. But from this angle, but don't, you know? Ugh, he kind of reminded me of like Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. He actually does, yeah. The big nose, the weird, like kind of their jawline that also isn't like not defined, and then like the red hair. Yeah. Sorry, I'm giving out way too many identifiable details about this man. Shit. Well, fuck you, Michael. Sorry, suck my dick, Michael. I don't care. Anyway, to continue on, let's just say me and Michael actually things got complicated. I don't know if I want to say it all. Let's just say I've been having more mental spirals because of how shit's been going lately. When I had that fight with that girl, like I was already not doing the greatest. It's like, why is there a fly here? God, I was already not doing the greatest because I had gotten out of my relationship with my ex, that I don't even want to say the name of. And I was like, then I met Riley, and Riley seemed amazing. Riley was the guy where he was like, here's a ruby tennis bracelet on the first date. Also, let's do an escape room. Also, let's go to like this fancy Thai restaurant with my American Express card. Also, you're so beautiful. Also, let's do this and that and get matching sweaters and hang out in the park holding hands with the sunset as this cute couple like plays guitar directly next to us and strums it and like it was like something out of a romance movie. I really liked Riley. It's a shame that things did not work out, but then again, no one told him to lie. What's sad is that I don't know, no one told him to lie, no one told him to do what the fuck he did. Just Jesus. And then because he lied, then next thing you know, I had to get into fights with very unattractive looking women. Like the bruise on my nose is only just now finally fucking healing. It's just finally fucking gone. But the mental scars are still there. Where it's like, oh wow, here I was really thinking that maybe I could trust people. Maybe that not every man in the world is bad, or a predator, or a liar, or dangerous. Maybe I can feel safe. Maybe I could feel good. That's at least what I thought. What the hell is out of my mouth? Ew. And that's what I was really fucking hoping. I was hoping that I could just have a sense of normalcy and goodness in my life, because my life's been so stressful. It's like, okay, my job hasn't been paying me the amount that they fucking owe me, and it's actually breaking me down. And it's like, I like because of that, shit's been getting tense with my housing. Even though shit, like no matter what, I have to tell myself shit has always been tense with your fucking housing, because your housemate's a fucking asshole who wanted to like not use incense after taking a shit and leave the drain clogged with nair in their body hair and fucking spit all over the nozzle, like all types of white and yellow toothpaste all over like sink nozzles, and they don't want to wash their hands after taking a shit, and they're the type of person to leave ramen spilled in the microwave and then wonder why we had an issue with a mouse. Wait, not a mouse, it was a roaches. Yeah, roaches. Sorry, I was thinking about something else that another person of mine was going through. So then my housemate's just an asshole, so I have to remind myself, like, live my life and try my best, but people still fucking suck. And I'm just trying to keep it together in hard times. And at this point, I was just like, you know what? If some little toxic tall white boy with tattoos and red hair, who likes fucking Martin Scorsese movies and has a recipe book from his fucking nona, like wants to hang out with me more, either platonically or romantically, I'll let him, because I could really use a distraction from how fucking annoying my life is pissing me off. I wake up with people who call themselves my friend, but then won't respond to any text I send them, or they only call me to do like hour-long monologues about themselves and then give me like 3 minutes to speak. So if you're ever like, oh, why does she do the long form rant videos, there's no one else to talk to at times. And then I figure, hey, if I'm vulnerable, how do I put this, I don't know, 1 second. Plus I think as fucking act of self-destruction is that sometimes I will kind of be with a guy, even if it seems like he has a threat of actually trying to kill me or wanting me dead. Not just because it's like, how do I put this? Assisted suicide. Funny enough, that's the factor to me dating Morgan. I thought to myself, this guy is a piece of shit, but he's attractive enough and stupid enough and emotionless enough where if I wanted to take myself off this planet, I could rely on him to do the job without a second thought. And I can be fucking gone. And so I think I saw that with Michael. I kind of thought to myself, this guy seems like he doesn't care about me, and he seems like decently attractive, where if he was the one to kill me, I wouldn't mind it too much. But he could just fucking wipe me out. He could destroy me and I'd let him. He would finish the job. Funny enough, did I ever tell you that me and Morgan actually had a suicide pact? Or more of like not a suicide pact, but more like specifically. Damn, I think this is a more distressing topic than I'm realizing, because I'm just kind of like, wow, confronting some demons here. Jesus. But I remember Morgan at some point, he was really suicidal too. And I remember at some point he really was just like, I want to end it. Can you do it for me? Would you do it for me? And I was the perfect person to do it. I was someone who had no attachments to anyone in his life. I hated him and I had a lot of thoughts about killing him myself on my own. And he knew I would do it. And I said, yes, I would. And he was like, can you do it now? Do you have a knife? Please do it. And he fully meant it. But I had a gut feeling. And I was like, no. And he was like, why the fuck not? Just do it. And I said, because deep down, I get the feeling you're supposed to like stick around here for longer. Like, I don't know, for some reason, whether it's karma, whether it's because there's good in you, or maybe you just have to inflict more bad on this planet. I feel like for some karmic reason, you just have to stay alive. But don't worry, when the opportunity comes, I will 100% take it and kill you if I really do see that you can't get any better. And he seemed comforted by that idea. And so it's kind of like a mutual thing of like, if I came to him and I was like, but nah, sometimes I think I have came to him and he's like, I can't do that. No, you got things to live for. Wouldn't mean he would treat me any better, but he was at least nice enough to be like, this is a girl who still has things to do on this planet. So that's sweet at least. Ah, oh well. Now, I guess I just told you that, I guess just as some context to my who I am as a person and a being. So I guess a part of me was like, I'm bored enough where I would see Michael again. And even if he hurt me a bit, maybe if it was fun or exhilarating or gave me something interesting to think about or made me feel like I was the object of some sort of fascination, or it gave me something to wake up in the morning for, or some sort of exhilaration, then I would take it. I would take it. I would do that little trade-off. I'll become the Harley Quinn to someone's fucked up, like lame ass, like slightly cleaner Suicide Squad version of the Joker. I would do it. I'd let this little fucked up, pale, tattooed guy fuck up my life a little bit. Because how much more fucked up can it get? How much more fucked up can I really get? Oh well. On the bright side, I'll say it like this. We had a. We were gonna meet up. It was gonna be like. We were just testing the energy for like a second meetup. And let's just say he already knew that I had issues with like attachment, and that I really, really needed a friend at the very least. And I just needed someone who was gonna at least be there for me. And he was like, yeah, how about we do a. At first, he tried to do fuckboy shit, but I said, I prefer outings outside the house. He was like, yeah, that seems cool to me. How about tomorrow? Like, I can text you, or you can text me, and then we can, like, figure out, like, plans that we can do. He didn't text me first, I texted him first, so that was already, like, a sort of feeling for me. But then he did respond instantly. He was like, "Oh hey, yeah, I'm down." And then we spitballed ideas about like, "Oh, we could go out for this Italian food place, and then for this comedy show that could be great." And I looked forward to it. And then, but I waited and waited and waited as the day went on, and he wasn't responding. And then I finally sent a message where it's like, I just was like, "Okay, if you're down, cool. If not, then just say it." And but otherwise, like, I'm just gonna not talk to you. And then he said, "Oh wait, no, I'm super, really, really, really down. I'm really interested, 100%. I'm just work picked up a bit. I'll call you and text you in a bit." Did he? No. More time went by. And then the fact that he made like did all those really, really, really very interested, I would love to do that with you. Guess what? Eventually, I hit him up around like 5 or so, because I like when I thought he was gonna get off work. He texted me around like 5:42, like, "Oh hey, I'll message you later. I'm just gonna be at a wine tasting from with one of my clients." And I thought to myself, that's kind of assholey that they didn't bother to tell me that they had a wine tasting with their clients. That would have been good to know. Because here I was thinking they'd get off work at 5, and then we'd finally hash out the details. I'd get picked up around like maybe like 6 or something. But I also knew they had ADD, like attention deficit disorder, and that when they focus on one thing, they really have to focus on just it. But it's like, I don't know, it did feel kind of fucked up that it's like I didn't come to mind at all. I don't know, that hurt. And then more time went by, and more, and then let's just say eventually around like 9 o'clock, I sent some message that was like, "What the fuck? Fuck you! I waited all day and you didn't message me at all. You could have just not done any of this." And then their only message back, which was semi-instant, was, "I'm driving home from this city to my hometown." And that's not an answer about anything. That's not an "I'm sorry." That's not an "I still want to meet you tonight. Let's do something fun. It's not too late." That wasn't anything. It was just an "I'm driving." I sent him more messages, didn't get a response. Then I sent some crazy voicemails, and I said some mean shit in them. I said, "Nigga, you look like you had botched fucking lip filler. And the sad thing is, those are just your natural fucking lips." I said, "You have hot dog shaped lips." I said, "You look like the fucked up ass ugly actor from I Think You Should Leave." I said so much, like some downright insane shit. I actually was losing my mind. Why? Because I'll put it like this. I already was stressed out because this was the exact same day, mind you, that I hit up my boss on the, like, "Hey, I noticed I asked last week for my timesheet to get approved and you said you could. I don't think it did get approved. Could you maybe try approving it for me before tomorrow if it's possible?" And then she got an attitude with me, and then I had an hour long text back and forth with her, and it was the most stupid thing ever. And it stressed me out because I thought, I don't want to lose this job. But at the same time, why am I so afraid? Because this is a job that already, as I'm working these shifts and doing this and like having effects on my body from all the caffeine and the lack of sleep and the everything. Like, I have, like, and they're not even paying me all that I'm fucking owed. And then, of course, all I'm asking for is at the very least, can I get, like, I should be mad at her. Why is she mad at me? And I don't want to be in a situation just like my last job before this one, where I have some angry ass, unreasonable, stupid bitch getting mad at me. Also, funny enough, last year I also did get stressed out by an angry black woman manager right before my birthday, and I tried not to let it fuck up my birthday really hard, but it still pissed me off because it's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Life's not that hard. Oh my god, I went off on her ass and blocked any emails she tried to send me on some hateful shit. I did not give a fuck. Fuck her. And I just thought to myself, I had to say shit that teetered the edge of, like, I'm sure I still have a job. It's just like, I very much was like, fuck this shit, fuck this lady, fuck this, I just kind of thought to myself, is this a job that I'm okay with losing? What would happen if I did lose it by saying this? And then I was already in a very bad place. And just what I needed was a distraction, some normalcy. Because it's like, I'm already stressed the fuck out over that. And then I think right before that, one of my friends hit me up just to monologue for fucking hours, knowing that I got home at like 9:30 after working since midnight, and they still monologued for like an hour and then got mad at me because after an hour I started falling asleep from just hearing them talk about the same shit over and over and over. What I just needed that fucking Thursday was just someone to act like they cared about me and genuinely appreciated me. I didn't need some job acting like I was a fucking asshole for daring to want to get paid for my work. I didn't need, I didn't need friends being so fucking thoughtless and selfish. I didn't need that fucking bullshit that happened. All I needed was just like, okay, Michael, hell, he could have flaked, he could have done anything, he could have changed his mind, anything. I would have at the very least appreciated a text, because at any point in the day he could have texted me, oh hey, I have a wine tasting at 5 and I don't know when it's gonna end, so actually I don't think I can do tonight, but I can do Friday instead, or this day or that day or whatever. And instead he fucking didn't. And I hate that so much. And instead it's like I was just left at home, stressed as fuck, irritable as fuck. And like the awkward thing is when you're waiting on someone to give you the okay or not, you're not sure what to do. Like, do you get dressed and ready? Do you go out to other plans and then when they show up, like, I don't know, do you give up on the plans you just made? Or I didn't know what the fuck to do. I'm not always perfect. I don't always have a girl boss in my mind telling me, ooh, sis, if this nigga doesn't respond to you by 5, then consider those plans canceled, honey. It's like, no, sometimes there are moments where it's just like, I don't know. I was mad at myself for waiting, and I was mad because it's like when you're waiting and you don't. I've. So I'm trying not to say this without having a panic attack. Let's just say I have a lot of trauma in this department growing up because I had some people who would say they were my friend or say they wanted me romantically. They would do shit like this. And then it's like it hurt us like a fucking bitch when I was a fucking teenager trying so hard to like get cute for events and show up and bake for friends and then just not have them show up. And they do the, oh yeah, sure, I'd love to, oh I'll have to see, oh maybe, instead of just saying no. And then as time would get by they'd be like, oh yeah, I totally can, oh wait, I gotta ask my mom, oh I'll ask her soon, oh yeah, don't worry. And then eventually time passes and then they'll fucking hit me up hours after that I already got home crying just to be like, oh hey, yeah, I can't go, sorry. It's like, bitch, I already knew you couldn't go when I got there and waited 30 minutes and you didn't show up and I was in the cold waiting for you in the fucking rain. Oh, I hate that. If, because the waiting is the worst part. The build up, the cowardliness on their behalf, the desperation on mine to just be like, hey, they say they're a friend, so I should trust them because I don't think.